Big Deke news on a Monday. And I know sometimes Mondays can be tough. People are a little bit sluggish coming off of the weekend. So that's why I'm going to start off this episode before we get into any of the topics of conversation with a little bit of motivation. We have Mike Tomlin on Instagram now, which is probably one of the best things to happen in 2022 thus far. And he's already started things off with a bang, producing some fire content. This is him explaining one of his Tomlinisms. It's not what you're capable of doing, it's what you're willing to do.
Make sure that your effort matches your expectations. That's what I mean when I'm talking about it's not about what you're capable of, it's what you're willing to do.
So get your lazy ass up and go be great. First order of business is the Steelers Hall of Honor. We got 4 new members: Myron Cope, Heath Miller, Sam Davis, and Ray Matthews. So for Myron Cope, he was the first person in the Hall of Honor's history to not actually be employed by the Steelers. So you're saying there's a chance? But yes, obviously, Myron Cope is a no-brainer for something like this, an iconic voice in Steelers history, the iconic voice in Steelers history, but also one of the iconic voices in NFL history as well. And then Heath Miller, 2-time Pro Bowler, the best tight end in Steelers history. What's funny is I was thinking that yesterday, but just kind of wanted to double check to make sure I wasn't overlooking anyone else in the Steelers catalog. And no, Heath Miller is number 1, especially when you go to this website, ranker.com. It lists all the guys that would kind of be in competition. But what I did find surprising is if you scroll down the list, look who they got at number 6. Pat Freiermuth. And I don't think it's wrong. They actually might have him a little too low. And then Sam Davis was the starting left guard for all those Super Bowl teams in the 1970s. If John Cole made it in as the starting left tackle during that time, why not Sam Davis? This one makes sense to me. Lastly, we got Ray Matthews, who was, I actually have no clue what position he played. If you look on Pro Football Reference, there's WB, LH, RE, FL. No matter what, his stats were pretty damn good. Looked to be probably a combination of a halfback and a receiver. We could probably just say more of a receiving back. And ahead of his time, you see some of these statistics that look pretty damn good for his era. The 2 times he made a Pro Bowl, he led the NFL in yards per touch at 8.7 yards and 9.6 in 1952 and in 1955. And what's cool is, as I was doing some research on this guy yesterday, actually was able to pull up a highlight from the 50s.
City 11 stokes its scoring furnace and comes up with a real scorcher. Ray Matthews races downfield to catch up with a Jim Fink aerial, and the Transcontinental...
The Steelers met with sporadic success in the following year.
Now with some training camp updates. Kenny Pickett got his first touchdown Saturday, so there's that. Too bad you can't really see anything, and apparently there was some controversy about it, whether or not the dude got 2 feet in or whatnot. But whatever, it's a touchdown. I don't give a shit. But staying with Pickett, I've seen some screenshots emerge over the interwebs over these past couple days of past headlines of current star quarterbacks and kind of what the media was saying about them when they were making their rookie training camp debuts. Have a look. Chiefs' Patrick Mahomes has been a mistake-filled mess during camp. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson struggled during Tuesday's practice. Bleacher Report tabs Josh Allen as early disappointment at Bills camp. And here's another Mahomes one. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes is having a rough training camp, throwing 7 picks in 6 practices. Just thought I'd give some perspective to all the Pickett haters out there. But from the looks of Saturday, it's been much of the same for the quarterback room. Mitch has been a little bit underwhelming. Mason has been steady. And with Pickett, he's learning. He's a rookie. He's getting better day by day. And with Freiermuth nursing his hamstring injury, Connor Hayward has been able to step up and make some dynamic plays. I think his versatility could make him a sleeper for this Canada offense. And hopefully he continues to make me look bad for ripping on all you guys for having Connor Hayward in your mock drafts this whole offseason. And lastly, for training camp, TJ is in midseason form. He picked off a screen pass and took it to the house, and then also batted down a pass that Mitch Trubisky threw and then proceeded to punt the ball all the way to Mars. But overall, it seems like the defense has been playing lights out. We'll see if anything changes with the pads, but if you're going to ask me if I'm surprised they're playing good, I'm going to say hell no, because this is what I've expected. And then a couple other things before we wrap this up. It looks like Deshaun Watson will be getting a 6-game suspension for the 2022 season. The NFLPA said they will not appeal. There is a 3-day window for the NFL to appeal if they want to or not. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But right now he's set to make his debut in later October against the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, he won't be playing for the Browns in Week 3 whenever the Steelers go up to Cleveland on Thursday Night Football. So it could be a Mitch versus Jacoby Brissett matchup, Or will it be a Mason versus Josh Dobbs? And we also have another receiver not named Deontay Johnson get a big multi-year extension. Debo Samuel got the DK Metcalf type of deal, 3 years at $73.5 million, which makes it $24.5 million a year. Which again, really doesn't change too much because we have DK and Debo Samuel getting a little bit more than we expect Deontay to get. But his range remains to be in that 20+ million range. And if you're the Steelers, I don't know if you're liking that. I still feel like 17, 18, maybe 19's fair, maybe. But again, we're still on Deontay contract watch, and right now he's just holding in. But that's it for Big Deke News on a Monday. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have any opinions on any of the things that we discussed on this edition. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay chilling, and peace.